Now that you know the general stuff about the endocrine system, we can start looking at individual hormones. The first one we're going to look at is cortisol. This is known as the stress hormone. It works hand in hand with your fight or flight response. Both of these are responses that help you to deal with stress. Now, remember, biologically, your body is adapted to a different kind of stress than what we experience today. So you have to think about the stress that humans evolved to deal with. That would be something like a lion chasing you. It's not the stress of like homework and deadlines and your boss and stuff like that. So we are adapted to short-term stress. So your body is adapted to stress that lasts for just a few minutes. If a lion is chasing you, that's stress. After a couple of minutes, you have either gotten away and you're safe, or the lion caught you and you're dead. Either way, the stress is over. When you have this immediate response to stress, you need energy. So you need your cells to make lots of ATP. Because you have to run away from this lion, or maybe you're going to turn around and fight the lion. Either way, you need lots of ATP. So to make lots of ATP, you need lots of blood nutrients. So this is where those processes we talked about before are going to come into play. We want to get more glucose into the blood. We are going to get that from the liver. So the liver is going to break down the stored glucose that it has. We're also going to do gluconeogenesis because we want to make sure we have plenty of glucose. Now remember, gluconeogenesis is when you convert other molecules to glucose. So in this case, we are going to have your cells do protein catabolism. So they are going to break down their proteins to release amino acids into the blood. And this then supplies the amino acids for the gluconeogenesis, and those amino acids get converted to more glucose in the blood. We are also going to put lipid in the blood. You need lots of triglycerides there. So we're going to do lipolysis in your adipose tissue. So these things, you raise your blood nutrients. So that your cells have the fuel to make ATP. And then you have the energy to deal with the stress. So, like I said, this is best in short term. Today we experience stress very differently. Our modern lives, we have long-term stress. You might be stressed out all day or all week even. And it doesn't work as well then. You start to get the negative effects. So when you have this long-term ongoing stress, you can get suppressed immune system. So you're more likely to get sick and to get cancer. You can get retention of sodium and water. So you get bloating. and it can inhibit the repair of connective tissue. So an injury might take a long time to heal. Now, there is one good effect of this, though, that we actually utilize, and that is decreased inflammation. Inflammation is part of your immune response. So inflammation is kind of a branch of the immune system. And since long-term stress does inhibit the immune system, it also decreases inflammation. And we take advantage of this in medicine. So cortisone, like if you get this cream, or sometimes people will get cortisone shots into their joints if they have a lot of inflammation, like in their knee or their shoulder, they'll get a cortisone shot. That will actually decrease the inflammation. So when you're putting this on your poison ivy or your bug bites, you're mimicking that cortisol that you naturally have.